Let's take a moment and look at this integration that we have here. If you have to integrate something like this, at first it may look a little bit difficult, but just wait a minute and follow me as I'm going to break it down into a step-by-step of how you can be able to differentiate something like this. Now, to differentiate something like this, you are going to use a method of integration that we call substitution method. We are going to use substitution method of integration to solve something like this. So how are we going to carry it out? So firstly, we take this denominator, what is inside this bracket, okay, and make it to be u. So firstly, we say let u be equals to 3x to the power of 2 plus 4. Now we made this to be equals to u. So the next thing for us to do is to differentiate this u with respect to x, since we are asked to integrate with respect to x. But we are going to differentiate this function now with respect to x. So we'll say du all over by dx is equals to, so if we differentiate 3x to the power of 2, we know we are going to bring down the 2, that's going to be 6x, and then if we minus 1 from 2 is going to be 1, so we are just left with 6x, and then if we differentiate 4 is going to be 0, so differentiation of this thing is going to just be 6x. So the next thing is you want to make the x subject of the formula. To make the x of the formula, we cross multiply and divide both sides by 6, so that's like this. No, this is like 1 over 1, so if you cross multiply, you are going to have 6x dx is equals to du times 1 is still du. So to make the x of the formula, we divide both sides by 6x, divide both sides by 6x. So 6x cancels 6x, and we have that dx is equals to du all over 6x. Alright, now from here, now after doing this, from here we can be able to substitute this back here. Now since we say that u is equals to 3x plus 4, we can be able to substitute it back into this our integration here. So that's going to become integral of 5x all over, so instead of this now we are just going to say it's equal to u, since we say everything here is the same thing as u. So we just write u, remember, to the power of 2, and then our dx here. Okay, now from here we can see that we say dx is equals to du all over 6x. So instead of writing dx now, we can write du all over 6x. That means integral now is going to be 5x all over u square, and then instead of dx we have multiply by du all over 6x. Now from here you can see that we have x here, we have x here, so this x can be able to cancel out this x down here. So what we are going to be left with is the integral of 5 all over, this is going to be u to the power of this u square now multiplied by 6 is going to be 6u square, and then with this our du. Okay, now since 5 and 6 are constant, we can be able to bring them out of this integration sign. So if we bring that out, we are going to have 5 all over 6 integration of, so what we'll be left here is 1 all over u square and then du. Remember that if we bring out 5 and 6, what we left is just 1 all over this u square, since we bring 6 out, and then this is our du. Okay, now from here we are going to differentiate this du with respect to u. So to differentiate this thing, first let us bring this u up so that we can be able to make it more easier. So we can rewrite this as 5 all over 6. If we bring this one now up, it's going to be u to the power of minus 2. This minus 2, that means because we brought it up, okay? So du. So now from here we can now carry out our integration. So if we carry out integration, this is going to be 5 over 6. Remember, if you are integrating this one now, you always, if you are integrating, you always add 1 to the power. So this is going to be u minus 2 plus 1 all over, whatever we did up, we also do it down, minus 2 plus 1, and then we'll add our constant of integration, which is c. So we can now add these powers. We are going to have 5 all over 6, and then u to the power of minus 2 now plus 1 is going to be minus 1. So this is minus 1 all over, this one is also going to be minus 2 plus 1 is going to be minus 1, and then plus c. Okay, from here again we can be able to multiply by what we have here. So if you multiply, we'll have 5 all over, this minus now is going to 5 multiplied by this one is going to be 5u inverse divided by 6 multiplied by minus 1 is going to be minus 6, then plus c, which is our constant of integration. So from here now we can be able to write this thing again as now we can be able to bring this u down, because initially it was down. If you look at it, we can be able to bring it down. So if you bring it down, this is going to be minus 5 all over, it will come and make this 6 here, 6u to the power of just 1. So there's no need of writing the 1, okay? Because since you have already brought it down. now, then plus c. Okay, and from here the next thing we want to do, this is 6. So from here the next thing we want to do is to bring back our u. Remember we say u is equals to 3x to the power of 2 plus 4. So we will now bring our substitution. This is going to be 5 all over 6. Instead of u, we are going to have open bracket 3x to the power of 2 plus 4 close bracket, then plus c. So this is going to be our final answer. Or if you want, you can expand this one and multiply this 6 by what is in the bracket, but you can also leave it like this. So this is the final answer to this solution. Okay.